Well, hey there, two-stroke turbo fans. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Fiat Panda repair shop. This is a fun little car that's been in my shop a couple times. The customer seems to like what I do. And the last time it was in, the engine was out of oil, which was a really big scare. And I did an inspection, and we found that on this four-wheel drive Fiat Panda, that the front shock boots, as you can see here, are pretty worn, and the shocks are leaking. You can see the oil coming out of the top of the shocks, and the customer's like, well, I'd like to fix that, so I'm the guy to do it. And we just received a big old box of DHL parts from Italia, and we got some new shock boots. This is what they're supposed to look like. The bumpers are actually intact. This part up here is solid rubber, and this is the boot that goes over the hydraulic strut part. We also got new strut tower tops, new front springs, so expect the car to ride a little higher, maybe an inch higher. Rear shocks, which, look at these. Normally shocks have an eyelet on the top and on the bottom. These ones have it on the side. And then a couple of control arms and a fuel filter. So we're going to give this Fiat Panda a makeover. Again, we're sort of doing it piecemeal. We've done it, this will be the third time it's been in the shop. It's a really neat little Fiat Panda 4x4. I've done a couple videos on it, as you have probably noticed. The skis are still on the roof, ready for that snowfall, which actually might happen today. Not here, but it is cold and snowy in the mountains. Very late for early May, but you never know what you're going to get. We're supposed to get snow today in the mountains, and then it's going to be 87 degrees here this weekend. So let's get working on this thing. We're going to get it all blown apart, get all the wheels off, get the suspension undone, and see if we can get these new fresh parts on this beautiful Fiat Panda 4x4. One of your favorite cars and one of mine. It's really a neat little car. Okay, so the new rear shocks are in. They went in pretty easily. Still very unique design with the eyelet on the side there. These ones have a sticker, what do they say? Store, K-store, something like that. New shocks are in. The old ones were a little spongy. Bushings were shot. We're going to move around to the front here. I got one of the front struts out. Interesting how they have these all bolted in. Remove the top two bolts and the bottom, which I believe are alignment bolts, but there's no eccentrics, so maybe they're not alignment. And if I take my finger on the strut, it's a little wet. So the bumper is broken, the bushing, or I should say the boot, is broken, and we're going to replace all that. I have to get out my great big spring compressor for this. So here we go. We're going to put those new struts on. This car is going to be happy. May raise the front up a little bit. Okay, we're a little further along. We got both front struts out of the Fiat Panda. The new ones are getting lined up here on the floor, but I'm missing a few hardware parts that I have to take off the old ones. So I've got my spring compressor, my nice, what do you call this? Brannick 7600 spring compressor that my mom gave to me, or mom purchased for me. Thank you, Mother. So I don't have to use the old bench ones that fly across the shop and injure myself. This one's really, really sweet. So I'm gonna take it apart, figure out what the hardware I need on this and on that, and put them on those, and then put those back in the car. All right, good morning, everyone. We had to leave a little early yesterday, but wanted to keep tabs and let you know what work we got done on the little Fiat Panda. I think I already explained. We got the rear shocks on. You can see their stickers are glowing. They kind of match the teal paint, which is shiny. And we got the front struts back in. They look shiny as well. It's going to look as good from under the car as it would from the top of the car. Now we just have to work on the control arms. So these control arms are these ones right here. Look at the bushings, they're just really smooshed out. See if I can get a zoom in on that a little bit. They're just really in bad shape. So we've got new control arms to put in there, and we're going to check the alignment, check a few things, and then put this thing back on the ground. Really a neat little car, and not too hard to do this job. If I had my tools, the spring compressor makes it very easy. I had to reuse that kind of a plastic thing right there that's kind of a cream color, as well as some of the hardware. But everything else seems like it bolted up just fine. There is no right and no left on these. They are universal. Fiat was smart in that respect. And in the past, we've done the tie rod ends, the brakes, and I think we did the CV axles or joints or something. But again, I think I alluded to earlier in the video that this is like the third visit for the car to get snuffed up and, you know, made really roadworthy. This car was a little rough. It looked good on the outside paint job wise, but the mechanicals were not so great when the fellow imported it. So we're gonna keep working, and I'll do another update once I get those control arms in. Okay, so I got the control arm out. You would think this would be very easy to replace with a new one. They are symmetrical, left and right are the same. Not that easy. Not that easy at all. You got to undo the ball joint, you got to undo the radius rod, and you got to undo the chassis connection. And you would think that's easy. It's not. So I got to take a break on this car for a second and change oil on another customer's car, an old Rabbit diesel. We're going to do that real quick and get back on the Fiat. All right, you can see Stella, my shop dog, out there enjoying the springtime sunshine. It's going to be 65 degrees today out in the parking lot of the shop. She's all of a sudden perked up. Maybe she heard her name, I'm not sure. We are finishing up on the little Panda. This is the Fiat Panda I've been working on, and it's back down on its shoes, or wheels as you may say. And let's try those new shocks are kind of stiff. Yeah, they're stout. I think it raised up the front of the car about half inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. You can see those brand new shocks and springs in there. They look good. The boots are doing what they're doing. And we got the new control arms in there too. They were really, some of those bushings were split and it was causing these to walk around. Hopefully there's a noticeable difference. So let's back this thing out and see how she looks out in the sunshine. We're going to fire up the 1.1 liter fire engine. Call it the fire engine. Make sure she's in neutral. Whoop. There we go. Seems like it's a little rough, but maybe that's just me. Okay, in reverse. Back out here. Make sure we don't run over Stella. Can you see her in the rearview mirror there? Brake on. Lift her little door handle. So cute. Oh yeah. Seems like it's running a little rough. Maybe that's just me. You can hear like a little tappy tap 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 tap. Huh. Might check the spark plugs, see what's going on. But anyhow, the shocks are done and the car looks great. But that seems like it's running a little rough. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm going to do some more work, but check it out. But that's it for the shocks. Thanks for following along. Thanks for coming along in this journey as we put new front struts and rear shocks on our Fiat Panda, including front control arms. We'll see you later. Well, that was easy. As I was sitting here watching it run, this spark plug wire right there had kind of popped off the coil pack. Now she runs like a dream. That's a lot better. You got smooth exhaust. Look at that, no more popping. Well, okay. It was an easy fix. I thought it might be. You never know. What a great old Fiat. Stella, what do you think? You're hot now, you're in the shade. You're a good puppy. We'll see you later.